Talk about people needing to do their job. I'll think of a question here that we could put to you about New Jersey, because you sort of made your name saying that you could work across the aisle, that you could take on the unions. Then you had an issue with making the pension payments, and you said it would present the state with a fiscal crisis if you made the payments one year. You skipped the payments in a court victory. The union sued, and now the New York Times says that Mr. Christie said the state could not afford to make the payments he had promised in the law. That has left New Jersey with one of the nation's largest pension liabilities and a record 9 credit downgrades from Wall Street ratings agencies. What do you say to that? Because in this article, they claim that you lost a little bit of the public trust in New Jersey in terms of your economic plans and your policies.
Wow, Chris, looks like the coronation's over. All right, go ahead, answer.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the New York Times doesn't like me. You know, what's next? You're going to tell me I'm not going to be the star of the Rachel Maddow show tonight? I mean, come on, Mika. The fact is that I inherited a much bigger pension liability than the pension liability is today. Secondly is that we put reforms through that saved over $120 billion over 30 years. And here's the last thing. I'm not going to raise taxes on the hardworking people of New Jersey to give bigger pensions to folks in the public sector in my state who put $162,000 into their pension and health benefits over 30 years and get a $2.4 million benefit out. You're right.
So Chris,
I'm going to say no to that when I have to make that choice.
So Chris, let me ask you this, though, and I ask this selfishly. I'm in Connecticut. We've got just a total pension mess there. Some people are saying that Connecticut's going to look like Puerto Rico in 2 or 3 years, and they say it seriously, very concerned. You've gone in there, you've tried to reform things, and yet we hear 9 credit downgrades. Is the problem just too big for one governor to handle?
No, it's not too big for one governor to handle, and the fact is that I'm continuing to handle it, and we're continuing to work hard, and we're trying to persuade the legislature to do it. But quite frankly, they're in the throes of their masters in the public sector union movement, as is Hillary Clinton. And so the fact is that you got to continue to fight against that. I fought against it the last time and won. I'll continue to fight against it and win. But let's not forget, no one was talking about this crisis until I came to New Jersey in 2010 and began to put it on the front pages of papers all over the place. And so we're fighting it. We've made big strides forward. But here's the bigger thing. You need someone who's going to tell the truth about this mess in Washington before it gets even worse. That's why I'm the only person out there with an entitlement reform plan that saves $1 trillion over 10 years and tells the truth about the fact that the Social Security Trust Fund is a myth.
I want to go to Mark Halperin, but first I just got to say, I'm absolutely shocked what some people on the stage were saying about Social Security and Medicare, suggesting that we could do nothing. They sounded like Paul Krugman. They didn't sound like conservatives. What are you hearing out on the campaign trail when you tell people the truth that we got to reform Medicare and Social Security to save it?
They nod their heads in return. See, here's the difference between me and the other candidates on the stage. They don't trust the American people, and I do. The American people know the truth. And the truth is that these entitlement reforms are out of control. They get it, but they want someone to come forward with a concrete plan so they don't get taken to the cleaners again. That's the simple fact. And looking at what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now, Joe, where this Republican Congress promised them they wouldn't cave in to Barack Obama or to Nancy Pelosi, and they did it. And now we've got the new speaker doing the same thing. You know, the fact is you need a president down there who's going to provide the tough leadership that needs to be provided in order to bring our government back into some semblance of fiscal discipline. I've laid out the plans to do that. Listen to those folks up there last night who say we're either going to grow out of this problem or there's going to be some magic pixie dust that's going to be sprinkled on it and everything's going to be fine. Baloney. Let me tell seniors out there right now, we're going to protect your Social Security, but we're going to do it through common sense measures. And the other guys are just going to whistle a happy tune and then steal more money from you later, or Hillary Clinton's going to raise your taxes to do it. Why the heck would we ever give this government that stole all this from us more money in the first place?